Delighted to welcome my next guest to the show, Minister for COVID vaccine deployment, Nadhim Zahawi. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Julia.
Good morning. Well, an extraordinary achievement yesterday. The vaccine rollout to 10 million people, very much on track for that mid-February date of getting everybody vaccinated who wants to be vaccinated over the age of 70. How soon till the entire country who wants to be vaccinated can actually receive a vaccine?
So our target is that the first 4 top cohorts are vaccinated by mid-February. That includes the over 70s. We've done 50%. We've done 90% of over 75s, 90% of over 80s, and of course all of the care homes for elderly residential care. And then we move to category 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'll come back on your program, Julia, and set out the targets for those categories. And of course, we begin to deliver the second dose in March for those who've had their first dose of whether it's Pfizer, they'll get a Pfizer vaccine, or Oxford AstraZeneca, they'll get an Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine.
Okay, currently the plan is that people who've had the Pfizer first dose, they get the Pfizer second dose and you match.
Correct.
There is now, though, calling up for a trial, mixing the 2 different vaccine doses, seeing if you can mix Pfizer and AstraZeneca. That's not what is currently government policy. That's not what's been advised so far. But how hopeful are you that those trials will prove not only that they are just as effective, but possibly even more effective?
You're absolutely right. It won't impact the deployment program that we are in the middle of. That will continue. So if you've had a Pfizer vaccine, you'll get a Pfizer vaccine second dose. Oxford AstraZeneca, you'll get an Oxford AstraZeneca second dose. We've put £7 million to the scientists from the Vaccines Task Force to look at this issue of vaccine mixing. But it's been done historically on hepatitis vaccines for children, on measles, mumps, and rubella and polio vaccines. And this is the right thing to do to continue to lead the world. The UK scientists have been in a leadership position in terms of discovery and science on the COVID virus and the pandemic. Of course, gene sequencing, we are about 50% of the world gene sequencing industry when it comes to COVID variants around the world. This pilot, this work, research will conclude probably late summer, early autumn. What it will also do, not only will it help the UK, because it's worth remembering, Julia, that of course we will absolutely protect all of the adult population of the United Kingdom and offer them the vaccine as soon as we can, and we continue to do that. But no one is safe until the whole world is safe. So this research, I think, will also help.
That's not true.
It is true, because until you vaccinate the whole of the world, you're not going to be able to completely get rid of restrictions from countries that may not have any vaccine if they've got the virus, and the virus mutates. So we have to work together, which is why we're putting £1.3 billion to the Gavi vaccine initiative, and of course part of that is COVAX. Well,
Okay, but look, the aim of the vaccination programme is to save lives fundamentally. And then the next aim of the vaccination programme, certainly in my view, and I think many of my listeners' view, is to enable us to get out of lockdown. That was what we were told. The vaccination route was the route out. We know we're going to have an exit strategy. We still haven't seen one, as far as I'm aware, not actually one that's actually currently there in existence, even to be published, were the government to make it public to us. Do you share any of the concerns of the Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, who's reported today as having said that he's worried that the goalposts keep moving, and then we move from having everyone vaccinated to hospitalisations, to long COVID, to pressure on the NHS. We went into a lockdown last year, 3 weeks to flatten the curve and protect the NHS. Here we are, still in some version of lockdown or restrictions for most of the year. No prospect of getting out of it for most people before a year is up. Have the goalposts been moved, and what are they this week?
Well, first of all, I share the determination of Rishi Sunak, the Chancellor, and more importantly, the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, wants us to move at speed to protect the most vulnerable. The top 4 cohorts by mid-February, that's 88% mortality. Well, hold on a second, Julia. You've got to give me a chance to answer the question. You had a soliloquy there. But the top 9 cohorts in phase 1 is 99% of mortality. The PM set out last night that we will, on the 22nd of February, go to Parliament and set out the roadmap of how we reopen schools on the 8th of March, as long as we continue to see both infection and, of course, hospitalization and death come down. 33,000 people are still in hospital. It's worth remembering that. Now, the Oxford team have produced some really good data on transmission and the reduction in transmission by 2/3 using their vaccine. That's great. We're seeing some good data from Israel. When we have more evidence from our own trials, Public Health England is carrying out a trial with residents of care homes and frontline health workers to look at infection and transmission. We will set out, as the Prime Minister said, that roadmap, schools first, and then gradually the rest of the economy beyond that. Of course, my task is to continue to vaccinate the adult population as quickly as possible and protect them, and then plan, of course, for the future as well.
Why do we have to see 99% protection? We don't have that even for the flu. Now, we know that COVID is more of a dangerous virus for certainly people in their older age bracket than flus. No one's pretending it's the same to that. But we're never going to get to zero COVID. We're not going to have some people dying very tragically or being hospitalised or experiencing long COVID. This is now an endemic seasonal virus. Are you not planning on basically looking at an exit strategy which is somehow based on a zero COVID strategy, which is impossible?
So this is where you and I are going to agree. You're absolutely right. We are planning on a world where we'll continue to produce new vaccines and keep vaccinating in the way we do with flu. It's not 99%. It's 99% of mortality.
Good.
Sorry, Julia.
No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. We've just lost the camera, but do persevere just for a final answer. I know you have to go to another interview.
Sorry, it's BBC calling, and they made the phone vibrate, and then it's all over. So, but nevertheless, it's 99% of mortality in phase 1, and we will very quickly see from mid-February, if you go 3 weeks hence forward, you'll see hopefully a reduction in hospitalization and mortality.